the Arnett Gardens lineup there. One change, Donovan Sigree in the number 31 shirt. After starting the first game against Tivoli, reclaims the left back position from the injured O'Neill Anderson. Goal scorers against Tivoli, Janoy Cunningham, number 5, and number 7, Ronaldo Cephas, get starts again for coach Alex Thomas.
Yeah, it's a very exciting showing the last time out, where they play a very fluent 4-2-3-1 system, and Clark and Cephas, I'm pretty sure, are going to be very good today. But Kong and Martin didn't get much I like, but they allow the attacking play to take place as it does because of the good work they do in the middle of the park.
Yeah, so that's the last time they faced when they were lost to Dunbeholden. Number 17, Chanel Thomas, and 12, Gardale Irving are back in the starting roster ahead of Bran English and Colin Anderson. English on the bench in the number 25, usually very solid in midfield for Cavalier, but on the bench today.
Yeah, we wait to see if it's just out of tactics, and the coach will see if he got that one right. But again, we expect much from Atkinson because he doesn't normally have 2 quiet games in a row, and he did the last time out. So I'm expecting to see him doing well today. Doxley seemingly here employed in the middle of the park, and if that's the case, maybe it has to do with the fact that Cephas.
And how did Cavalier put this one together? Well, it didn't start out very promisingly for them because it was Arnett Gardens on the hunt early. Cephas with the opportunity here, but missed kicks badly, and the ball going behind. Irvin for Cavalier, right across the goal or toward goal, but on the near post, Rodriguez right there for the take. Arnett, long effort on goal. Jadine White in goal for Cavalier, just easily putting this one over. Arnett pressing forward in the first half, pumping shots at goal. Sigree there just going wide, dragging that one under some pressure from Ronald Webster, who was outstanding today for his team. There goes Cephas again. Arnett Gardens pressing forward. Oh, the ball deflected behind for a corner from King. Hardly Barnes strikes there, but he doesn't get around the shot well enough, doesn't give Jadine White much work to do. Webster had a good game turning that one inside to Atkinson, but he's high with the effort. That was Cavaliers up to that point best chance of the match. Clark making room here for Arnett Gardens on the left side. Slides it inside, and hardly Barnes with a fine shot brings out an equally fine save from Jadine White for Cavalier, keeping the score level at 0-0 up to that point. Cavalier pressing forward here, and here's their opening goal with Webster sliding the ball inside, and a Chanel Thomas first goal of the season, left-footed, beats Rodriguez, and a Cavalier, after being outplayed in the first half, find the answer here with Webster. Brilliant work on the right, and Chanel Thomas sliding in for the effort. Here's Doxley with his goal. The ball airborne now. Doxley towards the far side with the overhead kick. Delightful strike there by the utility player, because he plays defense, he plays midfield sometimes. He was in midfield today, and the St. Lucian pumps in a brilliant strike to make it 2-0. Cavalier would have more opportunities here. Simpson with a great pass. Oh, the ball deflected onto the crossbar from the Atkinson strike, and it was Chanel Thomas in the right place at the right time to finish. And there's the little speedy Atkinson going for the near post effort. He beat the goalkeeper, but Cunningham was right there on the line. His deflection up onto the post, and couldn't stop the second from the rebound. And the Cavalier making it 3-0 on that occasion. The substitute Christopher Ainsworth there with a left-footed strike on goal, but Rodriguez is equal to the task there, and referee Stefan Duar calls a halt to what has been a solid performance from Cavalier, who emerged with some tidy performances in the second half here. 11 efforts on goal, 6 on target, 3 of them scoring. Arnett had 17 shots on goal, only 2 on target, 35 fouls in the match, 15 of them committed by Cavalier men, 4 yellow cards, 3 to Arnett Gardens players. 10 corners forced by Arnett Gardens, only 5 to Cavalier. And there were 3 saves pulled off by the Arnett Gardens goalkeeper Jadine Rodriguez, and 2 for the Cavalier goalkeeper Jadine White. 55% possession for Arnett Gardens, but it was the Cavalier team with the important scoreline at the end. Cavalier 3-0 over Arnett Gardens.
Solid performance from you today in the middle of the park. Is the first time that you've played this position?
No, I always play defensive mid. I started playing defensive mid, and I told the coach that he could trust me in the defensive midfield because I was struggling a bit on the left side. So yeah, he trusted me in the midfield today, and I did my best. I had an outstanding performance, and I'm pleased with it.
Tell me a little bit about that goal you scored. Spectacular overhead kick.
Wow, it was an amazing goal. I dreamt about that goal. I told myself I'll be scoring today, and I want to say thanks to the Most High for making me score my goal today, and I'm pleased with it. Thank you.
Yeah, solid performance today, and all the best.
Thank you.
Coach Thomas, where did it go wrong for you today in this one?
We have to learn. Football is played with both halves, first and second half. We play a wonderful first half. Second half we came out flat, giving up some simple goals. But we have to learn. They are young, and that is a rebuilding process, and we have to keep working.
Couldn't get Clark and Cephas going today. What you felt contributed to that?
Yeah, if we couldn't get them going, those are two main players that carrying the bulk of the weight up front, and we cannot get them going. We have to just find other players to step up to the plate.
I don't know if it was by design in terms of watching Cephas Sigri going forward. He tends to go into the middle of the park very often, and I think in the second half, a lot of the play from Cavalier was due to the fact that vacancy was on the flanks. Was that a plan?
With Sigri going forward, yeah, probably they highlighted that. We see that also, and we try to fix it. But last game we played with O'Neal Anderson there, picked up an injury in the training, but it was, we have to fix that position, and he did well for himself.
Well, tough luck today. Better luck next time.
Thanks very much.
So Arnett Gardens, they're losing today. On the back of a good performance, but now we hear from Cavalier. Very good performance today. Tell me about the front three players.
I mean, it's a game of two halves. First half, I think Arnett had the better of us. Second half, at halftime, we went in and we made some changes, and we decided that we were going to come out and press Arnett more, get into the spaces, and run them.
You said press more, but incidentally, we saw much of the second half where you played on the counter. You were much deep, didn't have space for them to run into and hit them on the counter. So I felt, was that deliberate too coming out?
Yeah, we know that Arnett guys were always going to come and try and press us. So we plan to sit deep and wait for them for the openings and then try to play some ball over the top, and it worked exactly fine this evening.
Well, Thomas, can't say much more about him. 2 goals today, but add something to his game today for me.
A funny thing, he wanted to play today. He said, Coach, asking for 90 minutes today, and I said, all right, just go out there and do the job, and he got 2 goals. Luckily, he wanted to score 3 goals, but it just didn't came to him.
Well, top of the table if even temporarily. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Arnett Gardens beaten 3-0 here by the Cavalier team. Cavalier scoring their first win over Arnett Gardens in 5 meetings, their first win since March 2019 over this Arnett Gardens team. Arnett had swept them in the 2019-2020 aborted season, and a Cavalier putting a good one over this Arnett Gardens team. 2 goals by Chanel Thomas and the other from Melvin Doxley, the St. Lucian, and the MVP, following up on MVP performances by Portmore's Alvinus Myers, another St. Lucian there. Cavalier now top of the table, as we said, with 7 points provisionally, because this is only the opening game of match day 4. Portmore United in 2nd position on 6 points. Harbourview 3rd with the Waterhouse and Veer United all on 5 points at the moment. Arnett Gardens stuck in 8th position on 3 points with 2 losses now in their 3 matches. So an afternoon of Cavalier reversing what happened in the first half for them when they were under pressure from Arnett Gardens. They erupted in the second half with 3 unanswered goals to defeat the Junglists here by 3-0. 2 strikes from Chanel Thomas, the other from Melvin Doxley. Still to come in the second of the doubleheader this afternoon, we have Harbourview in a battle against Dunbeholden, who upset Cavalier last week.